Listen, I saw a video I sent to my brethren. I saw a video. You don't pay money to tell yourself and people that I cannot fail. You don't pay money. I sent that video on Instagram to my brethren. The video sparked something in me. The man looked drunk, poor, broke, looking dirty. Altogether. The man looked broke, looked dirty, looked poor. And then the man was passing around where okay, there's a video. You see? You see? Look at the man. People stood there and they were laughing. I said these people should be crying, not laughing.
And the creator of this part will make me, will provide for me, and I go buy this bottle. And I will buy this bottle. By God's grace, not by power, not by mind.
When he said this one, I almost began to cry. This man may not have gone to church for the past 3 years. But when he saw something sparked inside him. And he went straight to the cast. He ignored every. When you are having faith, you don't think of people. Yes. It's your own faith that you are worried. Kai, the man, nobody existed. It was him and the mountain. That's faith. When you come to the place where you say, okay, this mountain, I will face this mountain head on. They were filming him. Do you see him bothered about what anyone is saying? Oga, if I don't fight, I will die. That man was trekking not one dime in his pocket. But guess what? If this man don't doubt in his heart, somehow, you see, the universe operates by certain laws that even if an unbeliever activates, it will work for him. This same person, you say, how will it bite? That's for you. That's your own limitation, not God's limitation. Someone can watch that video and say, Kai, please, I need to see that man. That's how people's life change. And although the man is not speaking in tongues, he doesn't look like a pastor who wore suit. He say, not by my power. See, even if an unbeliever acknowledges his inefficiency, incapability, and acknowledges God's capacity, God will have mercy upon him. He said the God of the universe, he directed it. He said, not by my power, by the grace of God. How many tongue-speaking Christians can go and stand there and say, this thing, God will bless? You will now find people who will tell you, keep quiet. When blind Bartimaeus called out to Jesus, they said, shut up. Jesus is passive, he's not interested in beggars like you. Don't listen to someone who is not in your condition. Oga, hey, God have mercy. The person telling you to keep quiet doesn't know what you are going through. Don't listen to someone who is not in your condition. Don't listen to someone who is not in your mindset. If I keep quiet, what will it change? He said, why sit we here till we die? If we go back to the city, we die. If we sit down, he said, let's just go to the camp of the enemy. It's better to die trying than to die sitting. He said, this car here, I will buy it. That's his own mountain. Our mountains are different. It's not carnality. He has focused on a mountain. Guess what? The faith word imparts upon the speaker the faith mindset, the faith consciousness. The Bible says, if any man would say to this mountain, see, Jesus Christ captured this in his sermons. He didn't say if any Christian. He said if anyone will say to a mountain, be moved and be cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart. How do you know you doubt in your heart? When your previous confession now changes. If you say it is white, don't allow anything. It's okay, maybe there's still a possibility. Aye, you've killed faith. I'm going to control billions. You that's a school dropout, I don't care. You that's talking, you are going to work for me. Guess what? There is something that confession does to you if you are doing it in faith. It lights a fire inside a man. And guess what? From that moment, that man comes under the control of that which he has invoked. He comes under the control of that which he has invoked. They were filming him because he looked ridiculous to them. That's faith. A spiritual man is a fool. A prophet, a madman. That's faith. The same way when Jesus Christ stood and said, let them open the tomb. If they had phones, they'll be videoing him. Look at this foolish man. Someone is dead for 4 days. They'll be laughing. That's the faith life. Now, when I saw that video, see, it's as though something reached out to me from the screen. I say, sir, if a man, he looked drunk, he doesn't look like a pastor, can exercise that level of faith, what am I doing with my life? How together? Faith, you see. Say, by the grace of God.
I will buy this one. I will buy this one too. Amen.
See, now watch this. They started by laughing, but as he continued, they started saying amen. If your conviction is not strong, it cannot change your surrounding. Guess what? Blind Bartimaeus, they started by saying shut up. As he continued, they said okay, he called day. See, this world keeps people in programs. Now, when you want to break out of the programs of this world, through people will try to bring you back into that program. You know, they hear say people from our family, they know they build house. If you dare want to break the pattern, you will hear the pattern speaking from people around you. The best way to know what is fighting the people around you is to say something different. That thing will speak from them. It will speak from them. You will hear Satan speak from them. They are walking there. They cannot buy the car. They are walking there. Another man stands and says, I will buy the car. They were laughing. How is my faith worrying you? What is the business? My God. It is to bring you, it's to cause shame. You know, when the man see them laughing, he will now remember that he's a broke man. This is not possible. Why am I disgracing myself? I learned a lot from this man than I will learn from many faith teachers. He zeroed his mind, cancelled out every distraction, and focused on his own mountain. And then he didn't go there speaking proudly. He said, by the grace of God. He said, no be by power, but by the grace of God. After people say what they think you are, who do you say you are? That's one that matters before God. Now, for what you say about yourself to be powerful, it must be revelational. It must be revelational. Who do you say you are? Who do you say you are? Say, by the grace of God, I will buy this car. By the grace of God, I Shakabraka Silama. Say, by the grace of God. By the grace of God. This video should be played anywhere they are teaching faith. Go and walk. I don't care. I will walk, but I will not keep quiet. And it's not my work that will give it to me. It's by the grace of God. It's by the grace of God. A man's life can change in one day by the grace of God. He said, pick one from, do you know what a dunghill is? Go to India, you see people living in a dunghill, slums. God can pick one from there. Yes. That's why in that song I say, what will Jesus gain if you fail? Nothing. What will he gain if you fail? Say, pick one from the dunghill and set him among kings. But you are not from a royal family. I have a royal God. God put me here. I will see examples like that. David, a savior coming out of Nazareth. It's not heard of. Say, can anything good come out of that Nazareth? You can't think like everyone and break patterns. Poverty is fighting the family. Would you give yourself to that poverty? When I come to this meeting, I refuse to see empty chairs. I'm seeing nations. See, the Bible says we walk by what? Let faith guide your action, not by what? If you walk by sight, you will hesitate where you should be running. You what? Hesitate where you should be what? Running. I'm not speaking motivation, I'm speaking life. It's life. Walk by faith. They shall all gather to us and say, come and teach me the ways of the God of Jacob. By faith and not by sight. By faith. By faith. I cannot be moved. I cannot be moved. I cannot be moved. I cannot be moved. Because he's at my right hand. I cannot be moved. I don't know that this happens to you. It happens to me. On my bed, I will just begin. From sleep, I will say, I cannot fail. Tears will be coming out of my eyes. If you do not fight, that mentality from your father's house that kept your uncles down, their blood flows through you. When you are rejected, push harder. The Bible said they told him, be silent, and he cried out the more. You telling me be silent, can you help me? How are you obeying people who cannot contribute anything to your life? I put my life in the hands of the Lord. I put my life in the hands of the Lord. I put my hope in the hands of the Lord. I will never fail, for my Jesus never fail. I put my life in the hands of the Lord. I put my future in the hands of the Lord. I will never fail, for my Jesus never fail. Say faith mindset. Say, okay, Holy Ghost, I know I fell, but let's go again. I better die. That's when I'll stop. That's when I'll stop trying. You better kill me now. If not, as long as I draw breath, I'll keep fighting. I will keep fighting. There's a mindset. You see, the way God created the world, he didn't create the world in perfect victory. What we have is something called continuous victory. Not perfect, it's continuous. So at some point, the world was destroyed by flood, but it was. He said, rejoice not over me, O my enemy. For if I fall, I shall arise. And if I sit in darkness, say, the Lord shall be my light. The Lord shall be my light. Why is the mind very important? It's because that is where your real battles take place. Why is the mind important? Number two is because that's where the blessing begins from. The blessing. I will never fail, for my Jesus never fail. Do you think it's hard for God to promote a man? My brother, sometimes just one dream. Even if you are working for Laban, he will say, do this and do this and do this. You will make wealth from Laban's hand. Breakthrough is an insight away. It's an insight away. But how will that mind prosper when Satan has thrown it into defeat? I've seen in scriptures in the Old Testament where we can all see the same thing and perceive different things. They all went to spy the land. Some came and called themselves grasshoppers. Others came and called the people bread. Say that like bread, for let's go up at once and get them. So in the faith action is a mindset. If you go to the root of the faith action, is a mindset. It is that mindset Jesus called the mind of great faith. He called it great faith. The way these people reasoned was not the way everyone else reasoned. The centurion met Jesus and said, come and my servant is sick. He met Jesus and said, my servant is sick. Jesus said, okay, I will go to your house and heal your servant. He said, no, don't go. I'm a man under authority. I said to one, go. How do you have this kind of understanding? I said to one, go, and he goes. I said to one, come, and he comes. I said to one, do this, and he does it. I said to the other, do that, and he does it. So because I'm a man under authority, I know the power in the words of a man who has authority. And I'm acknowledging that you, Jesus, you are a man who has authority. Say a word here, and then my servant will be healed. Jesus looked at the man. This was the same Jesus people were hustling to go to the house. And then I discovered a statement in scripture that changed my mindset. A simple statement, say, be it unto you. According to waiting? Is it according to your pastor's faith? So even if your pastor speak in tongue, is your own faith. If your faith is small, when the power comes, it will give you what your faith has. Oh, yeah. Be it unto you. According to your faith. Be it unto you according to your own faith. Since that's the way you say it should go, let it happen that way. So when we pressure our Father in the place of prayer, although man have said this, Satan has said this, situation is saying this, but this is how I want it to go. And I know that if I come to you, you can grant this request to me. According to your faith. God can bypass protocols to help a man, a woman of faith. God can break protocols to help us. God can break protocols. I remember how God brought me into millions years ago. One night alone, just one night. A family, I've never met them till today. Prayed for them. Gave them a prophetic counsel. What I said and they obeyed, it came to pass. One family alone that I've never met till today. They said that thing you prayed for about 1 month or 2 months ago and you told us to do, God has prospered it. Send us your account. Now, I didn't expect anything serious from there. I sent it to them. 3 a.m. They were not in this country. 3 a.m. I remember I was in Makodi. One family sent me $65,000. My father, they've never seen that kind of money in their life. One family. One family. And after that time, they've never communicated with me again. I walked out of the house and I looked at the sky. I asked myself, I said, wait, so I'm not poor again. You think our situation is too big for God. That your prayer point, someone is wearing it on his wrist as his wristwatch. May God move favor for our sake. I saw something that trended in Nigeria recently. How someone who has an NGO came out and was collecting donation, and one person sent 100 million casually. Even this particular man was confused. 100 million casually. They are not brothers, they are not sisters. 100 million casually, sir. No matter how much someone loves you, there is something that needs to move somebody to be able to do that. Even if you are a billionaire, 100 million is a lot of money. I was telling my friends casually, I said, this is people's foundational deliverance in one alert. My friend was talking to me on the phone. He said, if that kind of money it has built an estate in his state. He lives in a small state. The Lord is my inheritance. When you look at your account balance and it's zero, what do? May I reject it? I say, this is not my account. This cannot be it. If businesses are failing, why must it be my own? The Lord is my inheritance. The lines are falling. The lines are falling unto me in pleasant places, because the Lord is my inheritance.
Thank you for watching the video. I believe you've been blessed. Kindly subscribe, share, comment, and like.